news, the U.S. Congress gave a final approval to a bill which is aimed at averting a planned nationwide railroad strike on the 9th of December. The strike, if executed, will have the potential to devastate the American economy, costing $2 billion in losses a day. The Congress, however, has rejected a measure that would have provided paid sick days to the railroad workers. The U.S. Senate voted 80-15 to impose the tentative contract deal. The deal was reached in September on a dozen unions representing 115,000 workers who could have gone on a strike on December 9th. The bill now goes to the U.S. President Joe Biden, who will sign it into a law. A rail strike could freeze almost 30% of the U.S. cargo shipments by weight. The U.S. House of Representatives approved the bill to block the strike on Wednesday and separately voted to require 7 days of paid sick leave for the rail workers. There are no paid short-term sick days under the tentative deal, after the unions early asked for 15 days and railroads settled on one personal day. The sick leave measure did not win the required 60-vote supermajority in the Senate and was not endorsed by the White House. A total of 52 senators, including 44 Democrats, 2 independents and 6 Republicans, voted to mandate the sick leave for rail workers. The Congress invoked its sweeping powers to block strikes involving transportation, an authority it does not possess in other labor disputes. A significant impact a rail stoppage could have on the U.S. economy, especially at the height of the holiday shopping season. The Senate earlier rejected a proposal by Senator Dan Sullivan to extend the cooling-off period by 60 days to allow for further negotiations. Meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden has praised the contract, which includes a 24% compounded pay increase over the next 5 years and 5 annual $1,000 lump sum payments. He had asked the Congress to impose the contract without any modifications.
I think we're going to get it done, but not within this agreement. Not within this agreement. We're going to avoid the rail strike, keep the rails running, keep things moving, and I'm going to go back and we're going to get paid leave, not just for rail workers, but for all workers.
Senator Bernie Sanders, among others, also denounced the railroad companies for refusing to offer paid sick leave.
In the last year, that industry earned $21 billion in profit, record-breaking, provided $25 billion in stock buybacks and dividends to their wealthy shareholders. And yet today in that industry, workers who do difficult and dangerous work have 0 paid sick days. 0. You get sick, you got a mark against you, a couple of marks, you get fired. This cannot and must not happen in America in 2022.
Meanwhile, some railway workers and union members have called the bill a disaster that may lead to fewer workers in the industry moving forward.
This looks to me pretty much like a concessionary contract when you take into account the automatic bid system that's in there and the self-regulating pools. I can almost guarantee you that this time next year, you'll have fewer rail workers than you do right now. And that's going to be pretty much a disaster.